In researching my book, Freemasonry Initiation by Light, I came across an interesting fact. The map of Middle-earth drawn for J.R.R. Tolkien's book, Lord of the Rings, by his son Christopher, is nearly exactly the same as a map of China when reversed. As a child, Tolkien's The Hobbit, which was published in 1937, was the first book I was given as a present. And I read it many times before I was 10 years old. Since then, it has been translated into 30 languages and has sold over 100 million copies. The Lord of the Ring, which seems to appeal to an older audience, likewise has sold over 150 million copies. The story in The Hobbit has been developed and expanded on in The Lord of the Rings, and so has the territory the story covers. The hobbits go in search of a fabled ring that makes a person invisible. About this invisibility, please refer to my book, Freemasonry Royal Arch. In The Hobbit, the hobbits also go in search of a treasure guarded by a dragon called Smaug that lives on Lonely Mountain. This is the map that was drawn by Christopher Tolkien for The Fellowship of the Ring, Book 2 of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. If you compare it to a map of the early Han dynasty in 200 BC, when reversed, they fit very well. This is the Han Empire in 200 BC. And if you apply it to the same area of a modern physical map of China, this is the result. Now, if we reverse it and compare it to Christopher Tolkien's map, you can see that there are a lot of similarities. Firstly, the coastline is very similar. Also, the Western Mountains in Tolkien's map are similar to the Eastern Mountains in China, remembering the map has been reversed, except that there are more in the north of Tolkien's map than in the Chinese map. The two major rivers are in similar positions, the Huanghe, the Yellow River, and the Yangtze. China's western mountains also correspond to Tolkien's eastern mountains with their very high and treacherous passes. And finally, in the sacred Kunlun mythical mountain, where the Chinese deities live, on Tolkien's map, there is the lonely mountain where Smaug lives. Of course, a dragon in Chinese culture represented excellent and outstanding people who were compared to a dragon. For example, Confucius called the philosopher Lao Tzu a dragon. The Chinese dragon was associated with the Emperor of China and was used as a symbol to represent imperial power. So when the emperor died, the dragon joined the immortals living in the western Kunlun Mountains. This is an interesting coincidence. Unfortunately, Christopher Tolkien died in January 2020, so we're unable to ask him about this. There is also one other coincidence, because in Japanese, a small person or a dwarf is called a kobito, which sounds very similar to hobbit. Anyway, neither J.R.R. Tolkien nor his son and editor Christopher Tolkien were Masons, but several of his families members of his family were. And given Tolkien's interest in the occult, mythology and magic, he may have incorporated Masonic themes into his books, as many people on the internet believe. Thank you.